We're back now to Ukraine, where rival parades marked Independence Day there. 23 years of independence were celebrated in Kiev with a military parade, while in the rest of East, pro-Russia separatists marched dozens of captured government soldiers through the streets of Donetsk. CCTV's Kate Parkinson has the story.
Armored vehicles and soldiers paraded in Kiev on Sunday in a display of military power intended to send a message of defiance to Russia. Some of the soldiers were due to head directly to the east, where government forces are fighting pro-Russian separatists. In a defiant and emotional speech, Ukraine's President Petro Poroshenko said a constant military threat will hang over Ukraine for the foreseeable future, and that the country must be prepared to defend its independence.
The events of recent months have become for us a not officially announced, but real war. It will probably go down in history as the Great War of 2014. This is the war against external aggression, the war for Ukraine, for the honor and glory, for the people, for independence.
Poroshenko's comments were directed towards Moscow, which Kiev alleges is behind the rebellion in the east. Here in Donetsk, one of the breakaway territories which declared itself independent from Kiev in May, they're holding a very different kind of parade. To rival Kiev's parade, the rebels marched Ukrainian government soldiers, their prisoners of war, through the streets of their stronghold. As the disheveled-looking prisoners walked, people in the crowd chanted fascists and killers. The Prime Minister of the self-proclaimed rebel territory appeared to be taunting Poroshenko when asked why they'd staged such an event.
Kiev said on the 24th, on Independence Day of Ukraine, they will parade in Donetsk. They really marched, but not in a parade in Donetsk. Exactly on the 24th, exactly on the day of their independence, the combatants of his armed forces marched through the center of Donetsk. So in principle, everything that Poroshenko said did happen.
Weapons and military vehicles captured from Ukrainian forces were also put on display in the city's main square. The vastly different scenes in Donetsk and Kiev provide a stark reminder of the deep divide that will need to be bridged if a compromise on Ukraine is to be reached next week, when Poroshenko meets Russian President Vladimir Putin for the first time in months. Kate Parkinson, CCTV, Donetsk, in eastern Ukraine.